guys? So it's the day before the big Javelina Jundred race. Here at home, getting ready to leave for headquarters here in a little bit. But I'm just packing my drop bags, and I thought I would make a video showing you guys what I'm packing for this race. So this is a looped course, so it's 5 20-mile loops essentially. And so you pass through the same aid stations all the loops. So there's 2 spots where you can have drop bags. So my strategy going into this race is kind of have a lot in my drop bags and to run light. And I honestly might not even use half the stuff in here, but I always think it's good to pack extra just in case you need it, because you never know what's going to happen out there in a 100-mile race. So this is going to be my main drop bag here. This is going to Javelina headquarters, which is at the start and finish line. So basically, I mostly just want stuff to get through the night as far as layers go, because even though it is the desert, it will get chilly. And some kind of more specific nutrition items, and then just a bunch of stuff just to have just in case. So I kind of have a full wardrobe change, you know, layers, and then some other food items I'll show you. So the biggest thing is I have a fresh pair of shoes in here. These are Ultra Olympus. That's pretty much all that I run in. But I just got these shoes like a week ago. I've done, I think, 2 or 3 runs in them. So they're pretty fresh. So I'm going to be wearing these for the first 3 laps. This is another pair of Olympus. I'll have these on for the first 3, and then I'm going to change into these for laps 4 and 5. So that's going to be important. And then I also have a lot of different sock options in here. I use the Exoskin toe socks, just because they're fantastic for preventing blisters, and they're just really great socks. So I have, I think, 3 pairs of those in here. So if I want to change socks more than once, I have the option to. As far as getting through the night, I have my Exoskin long sleeve shirt. This thing is amazing. Exoskin just makes great products, honestly. Everything I've bought from them is just really, really high quality. But this is a great base layer in case it gets chilly. Change a shirt, more socks, calf sleeves. So that's basically a light jacket in here. Is just options to have. The change of shoes is really important. And then, you know, just different layers and different options of clothing to get through the night when it gets a little chillier out. So that's in the main stash here. I have a little front pocket up here. In here I have 4 strips of KT tape, just in case I need to tape my ankle or anything like that. I can use that here. Which, speaking of, I should bring scissors, because sometimes you have to cut these. So I'll do that. I'll throw a pair of scissors in here too. And then I have nippies. This is to prevent nipple chafing, which I get really badly. So this is a really great product. A lot of runners don't use these. I'm not sure why. I don't know if they just don't know about it. But basically, they're just little stickers you peel off and you put them on your nipples. And they do a great job. Like, they'll stay on for days if you don't take them off. You know, I've actually like forgotten I've had them on before. And I'll be in the shower or whatever, like a week later, and I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't take this off. So they do a really good job of staying on, even if you get sweaty or whatever. And they do an amazing job at preventing nipple chafing, which is very important. So then over here, I have just potato chips, just plain Lay's salted potato chips. Really great food for running ultras. Get that sodium intake and those calories going. I have Honey Stinger energy chews, Honey Stinger gels. I'm probably not going to use any of this stuff, but it's good to have just in case. Just different flavors and things like that. Some fig bars. Again, just stuff to have options and to keep those calories coming in, especially on these long days, is very important. Big thing that I have in here, sport beans, not sport beans, but the big thing is Tailwind. So I've been a convert to Tailwind recently. I did a rim to rim at Grand Canyon about a month ago, and I had nothing but Tailwind all day, and I felt amazing. I think I had 2 gels and then like 8 servings of Tailwind, and that was it. So I've been using the Tailwind a lot recently. It's been really good for me. This is the berry flavor, so it doesn't have any caffeine in it, because I don't drink caffeine. I used to, but I've been off of it for a long time now and don't really need it. Except for the next thing I'm about to show you, which is Coca-Cola. This is the secret weapon to running ultras, for real, because it has calories, it has sugar, it has sodium, it has carbs, has a little bit of caffeine. So especially like for someone like me who doesn't really drink it, that's enough to give me more than enough of a boost. So I have these little bottles. My plan is to take one per lap in my pack. So we have 5 loops. So we're crossing through headquarters 4 times. So I'll probably pick one of these up each lap, and that'll be a good pick-me-up. I have a payday bar, which is it's seen better days, but it's still good. Again, just for more calories and some more sodium and a little bit of protein. Not that protein's important for long distance running, but this is a great thing to have like in the canyon or at something like this, because they don't melt. If you have chocolate, anything with chocolate in it, it's gonna melt if you're out there in the heat. But payday, it's just basically just peanuts and caramel. So I had this for my rim trim to rim. That's why it looks like this. And it's still good. Like they don't melt. So it's kind of a secret weapon for some quick calories. And then some spring energy gel, which I like a lot better than the honey stinger and the goos and everything else, because it actually has real food in it. They're a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it for events like this. Also 180 calories compared to usually 90 to 100 with the other gels. So this is the awesome sauce flavor, which is basically just applesauce, but they're really good. So I have some of that in here too. And that's about it as far as my main drop bag. Like I said, I probably won't use, I might use this like once or twice, but it's good to have more than you need than it is just to not have anything. And so the second drop bag, this is just my secondary drop bag. This is going at Jackass Junction, which is kind of the middle of the loop. This is mostly just to have an option to remove things if I need to. Like if I need to shed a layer or take off my headlamp or anything like that, I have something I can put it in, and I don't have to worry about, you know, doing the whole 20-mile loop to get back to headquarters. I do have some other stuff in here, just to have options again. I think I have another pair of socks, another long sleeve, more Tailwind. I do have so I have 16 servings of Tailwind altogether. I have 8 in this bag, 8 in this bag. And when I mix it, I do 1.5 scoops per serving, which is about 150 calories. So I'm looking at over 2,000 calories just in Tailwind for the race. So that's good. And I think that's about all I have in here. Just the socks, long sleeves, Tailwind, maybe some more gels. But again, this is mostly just a secondary bag just to have the option to drop stuff if I need to. So that's pretty much what's going to get me through the race. I'll show you this too. So I love the Kogalla Light. I honestly hate the mounting setup. It's been a struggle for the past year to find something that works consistently. I think I've found it. So this is a naked belt. It's just a utility running belt, but it's compression based. So it fits really tightly around your waist. And every other belt I've tried, the battery pack bounces when I have it on. But with this, since it's compression, I can even have this, the Bat Pack 3, the bigger one. There's my dog. The biggest battery pack in here, and it won't bounce. It'll stay nice and snug back there. And then I have the magnetic strip up front and Velcro to hold the light in. So this is the best setup I've found. This is a naked belt. I think it was like $50, but well worth it, because like the Kogalla is by far the best trail light, but it is tricky to figure out how to mount it. You know, I tried mounting it to my vest with the Velcro strips. It bounced a little bit. I had a spy belt for a little bit, but the battery pack would bounce and it would cause chafing on my back. So this is the best option I've found to mount it. Now I have a second battery pack that's charging. I'll throw that in my drop bag as well, just in case. I have 9 hours at 100% brightness, but I think sunset is at like 5:30 or something, and sunrise is a little after 6. So I'll be in the dark for 12 hours, or less if I finish faster, I guess. But I'll definitely need some more juice. So, and actually that's another thing that I also have in this backpack is a Petzl headlamp with extra batteries, just in case I need it. So I think that's about it as far as my stuff goes, as far as drop bags go. Hopefully you found that interesting or helpful if you're planning your own 100-mile ultra. I'll do another video when I get down to the hotel for my gear, as far as what I'm gonna wear and that sort of thing, and what I'm gonna put in my pack. But these are my drop bags. And again, I overpack a lot, but it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So I wanna, like I said, I wanna run light in this race and have most of what I need in the drop bags. You know, and there's aid stations too. So like I said, I might not even need any of this stuff, but it is good to have what you know works for you. You know, like I know that like Tailwind works better than Roctane or Gnarly or any of the other kind of electrolyte mixes. So I like knowing that I have all the Tailwind I need, you know, all the chips I need, and all the Coca-Cola I need with me. So I'm not really dependent on aid stations, even though I'm going to utilize them, if that makes sense. So that's about it. I'm gonna walk the dog here. Sadie, you wanna go on a walk? Wanna go on a walk? You wanna go on a walk? Yeah? Yeah, I'll walk her before I leave. And then I'll take another video when I'm down to the hotel, showing what I'm gonna carry. So we'll see you guys then. Well, here we are. It's about 8:15. Night before the big race. I'm here in my hotel room, just kind of getting my stuff together for tomorrow. So we'll just do a quick video going over what I'm going to be wearing, what I'm going to be carrying, and what's going to get me through the Javelina 100. So I kind of have it all laid out on the bed here. So we'll go over the clothes first. This is pretty similar. If you guys have seen my Zion 100-mile video, I did something similar to this where I went over everything. I don't think much has changed, but we'll go over it again anyway. So starting with the hat. This is my favorite running hat. It's an Ultimate Direction hat. At one point, it said Ultimate Direction right there where the Saguaro is, but that's faded over time. But I still love this hat. It's just really comfortable. It does a really good job at keeping sweat, you know, out of your eyes and that sort of thing. And it looks cool. And this is a lot of the scenery that I'm going to be running through is pretty skies and saguaro cactuses. So it's appropriate for this race to have that hat on. I have my arm sleeves. I just got these off Amazon. I think they're only like $10, but they're really nice. They're not too thick, but they do a good job at keeping you warm when it's a little cooler out. I'll have these first thing in the morning. Probably I'll take them off as soon as the sun comes up. It'll warm up pretty quickly there. As far as the tank top and the shorts, these are both New Balance. Just New Balance running gear. I have a few of these tanks. I like running in them. They're quite comfortable. And the shorts, these are 5-inch shorts with a liner, New Balance. I have a couple of pairs of these as well. I like these shorts because you have a zippered pocket in the back. So I put my keys back there and like my chapstick and other small things. And then they have 2 pockets to the side for gels, like made specifically for gels. So they fit really nicely in there. So those are my shorts that I'll be wearing. The shoes, kind of went over in that first video. They're Ultra Olympus, my go-to trail running shoe and road running shoe, honestly, you know, for the little road running I actually do. But I wear these all the time on the trail, at home, and I wear them at work too. When they get too worn out to run in them, I just hang on to them and use them as work shoes. So I pretty much wear Olympus all the time. So this is my first pair. I'm going to use these for the first 3 laps, like I mentioned earlier. And then I have a new pair of Ultra Olympus that I'll switch into for the 4th and 5th laps. So that's what I'll wear to start. The socks, we got the Exoskin toe socks. These socks are amazing. Completely saved my feet from any kind of blistering as soon as I found them. I've tried the Injinjis. Some people like the Injinjis. They break on me pretty easily, whereas these ones are a little bit more expensive, but they last quite a bit longer. And speaking of which, I had some issues with the big toe sock poking through, so I contacted them about it because these come in 3 sizes: size 1, size 2, and size 3. So size 2 I think fits shoe sizes 9 to 12, and I'm a shoe size 11, so I was getting the size 2 toe socks, but my big toe kept poking through. So I reached out to Croy at Exoskin and kind of told him about the issues I was having, and he sent me out a size 3 for free to try. And So I've been using that. The size 3, actually they fit my big toe perfectly. The other 4 toes are a little bit loose, but I don't notice it being an issue when I run. So I've been using the size 3s, even though you know, they fit a little bit bigger of a shoe size. They work better for me. So keep that in mind if you know, if you have big feet or anything like that. You might want to go a size up. But anyway, these socks are fantastic. I have a couple other pairs in my drop bags, but there's a very good chance that I won't even need to change into them. That I'll probably just have these on for the entire race because they're that comfortable. And that's it as far as clothing goes. I think I went over my light earlier, the Kogala with the naked belt. Now I have the small battery pack on here now because there's going to be about a half hour to 45 minutes in the morning of darkness until the sun comes up. So I'm going to use this in the morning. I'm going to drop it off at Jackass the first time we go through there, that aid station. And then I'm going to pick it up again on my third loop because that should be around 5 o'clock or so. And then I have these 2 bigger battery packs, and yes, I have 2 of them just in case, and I have them numbered. So that's 1, that's 2. I'll probably keep this one on me at all times just in case, but I'll throw this one in my drop bag when I drop this off, and I'll pick it up again on the third lap to get me through the night. As far as food goes, what I'm carrying on my pack, which is a Solomon Advanced Skin 12, not going to be carrying much. My strategy is kind of, like I said earlier, to run light and rely on my drop bags and rely on the aid stations to get me through. So, I mean, I have a couple honey stingers here. I'll throw these in my back pocket, in my shorts. Sport beans. I swear by these things. They've saved me a lot when I'm at a low point. They do a really good job at just kind of spiking your energy up. And the strawberry banana smoothie flavor is a really good one. So I'll have these in my pack. Bacon jerky in my pack, just kind of like emergency food. But I'm not going to be carrying that much. Like I said, I have a 1.5 liters of water in the back of this thing. And then I have 2 flasks in the front, 16 ounce, that have tailwind in them. So, and then if you guys are wondering, with my GoPro, I have a collapsible selfie stick, and so I collapse it and I tuck it kind of in this pocket where my hand is, and it actually goes back quite a way. I don't know if you can see my hand kind of stretching, but it kind of fits really well in there. And then I keep my phone inside this zippered pocket, and it fits really well. If any of you guys are wondering how I do all that. Squirrels and nut butter, I will definitely have this on me at all times, so that'll go in the back of my pack. My gloves, I'm gonna have on me just in case. Probably won't need them, but again, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So I think that's about it as far as my gear for the race. I'll go over kind of the stuff we got at the expo in case you guys are curious. So everything came in this bag, which is kind of a really cool drop bag. I guess it can be used as a drop bag. It's got the straps back here. It's got the logo in the front. It's got a little zippered pocket right there. Lots of storage, so I'll definitely be using this as a drop bag for future races. This, they just gave us little samples, so I got a little thing of Squirrels Nut Butter there, little Javelina sticker, some goo, just little samples of stuff, which is cool. They gave us this buff, which is awesome, Javelina 100 buff, so I'll actually have that on me throughout the day. This cup, I've actually bought this, it was only a few bucks, but a lot of races are cupless nowadays, and this one is as well, so it's good to have one of these little guys. They kind of squish up really easily. So if you're at an aid station, you don't have to fumble with getting your bottles out. You can just kind of pull this collapsible cup out and get whatever you need and be on your way. So that's that. This was the shirt that we got, Javelina. It says I Run 100. I'm sure it's on the back. Yeah, just Aravaipa Running and the logo. This hoodie I bought with my registration. So that's the front of it. On the side we have run, party, repeat. And on the back we have just some more logos, Hoka and Aravaipa Running. So that's super cool. I got this hat at the expo. It's a Boko Aravaipa hat. So that's cool as well. And then I bought a couple of shirts. I bought this shirt. Just felt like it fit the Halloween theme a little better than the official shirt. So that's that. The Ultra Jalloween party. Run steep, get high. This is the kind of the slogan for Aravaipa Running. I saw this shirt on one of their videos and I liked it because it has the Arizona state flag in the ram there. So had to get that, and then I got a Squirrels Nut Butter shirt because I love Squirrels Nut Butter and the guys are really cool, and it's just a cool shirt. So I got it. So I think that's it as far as gear goes. I'm actually feeling kind of tired, which is good. So I'm probably gonna go to sleep here pretty soon. It's only 8:30, but I'm gonna be getting up by 4. Leave here at 4:30, get to the headquarters by 5 at the latest. And then we start at 6. So hope you guys enjoyed going through my gear. If you have any questions on anything, feel free to drop a comment or just message me or whatever. But yeah, this is what's gonna carry me through my 100-mile race tomorrow. And I am a little bit anxious, but I'll feel better once I toe the starting line. So I'm gonna get all this kind of organized, go to bed, and see you in the morning. Miles into this thing, just past the first aid station, Coyote Camp. Now we're on our way to Jackass. Sunrise behind me is really pretty. So we're about 12.5 miles in. Just left the Jackass aid a little bit ago. Unloaded my pack a little bit, took my sleeves off, and I feel really good. You can see the 4 peaks straight ahead. Superstitions over there. If you see the tall, like kind of single spire, that's Weaver's Needle. Just to the right of that, where it kind of drops off, is Flatiron. Both really beautiful spots over there in the superstitions. And we're just making our way through open desert and enjoying the day. So we're off Pemberton on the Escondido Trail. Just left Rattlesnake Ranch a little bit ago, the 3rd aid station. At 17 miles. And there are some gnarly looking saguaros along this trail. It's pretty cool. Still feeling good. It's beautiful. Alright, just left headquarters, finished lap 1, refueled a little bit, took took care of some stuff with my drop bag there. Now we're back on lap 2, doing it again. Here we go. So I'm at 26.4 miles, so just over a marathon distance, a little over 5 hours overall. I just left Coyote Camp, which is the first aid station here on my second loop. Had a bit of a low point on the start of this loop coming out of headquarters, but turns out I just really needed to use the bathroom. Luckily there were some porta-johns at one of the road crossings, so I ducked in there for a little bit and took care of business. I feel much better. So this mountain up ahead is called Granite Mountain. There's a Granite Mountain that we have up in Prescott, but there's also a Granite Mountain down here in North Phoenix, so that's the Phoenix Granite Mountain we're going to be running towards for the next several miles. It's starting to warm up a little bit. It's not too hot yet. There's a little bit of a gentle breeze, which is nice. I think the high today is going to be, it's calling for 88. Right now it probably feels like maybe 80, something in there. So we're just gonna keep plugging away here. These are Spunk Fast? Yeah. I would love one.
Yeah? Here, we'll hold this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Yo, thanks guys.
Yeah.
So cold. Oh, but it felt so good. Alright, back at headquarters. About to finish our second loop. The tent city over there. Heck yeah. Thank you.
Ben! Troy! Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh. Thank you. All right. Loop 3. Well, 49.3 miles in. I'm trying to work my way out of a low point I've been feeling for really since the start of the third lap. So I haven't felt good since then. But the sun is finally starting to go down behind Granite Mountain over there. I'm gonna pick up my light at the next aid station. We probably have another hour or so of daylight. And hoping I can recover a little bit once the sun goes down. This is hard. Well, just left, I think Rattlesnake Ranch. What mileage am I on? Or was that Jackass Junction? I can't remember. But anyway, I feel a little better. I had some food there. I'm taking a lot of time at these aid stations, which is throwing my pace off. I need the rest, so it's like it is what it is. I'm at 12 hours and I'm at 52 miles, but my pace is slowed considerably. Might pick up again now that it's getting dark out and cooler out, but sub 24 finish is gonna be hard. But we'll see what happens. But now that the sun's going down, the real party is about to start with these night miles. So we're just gonna make our way through it. Oh, it's funny, at that aid station, there was a guy dressed up in a Borat costume, and it was like a really good costume. It looked a lot like Borat, so I went up to him. I was like, "Hey, Borat, can I get a picture? That's the best costume I've seen all day." He's like, "Yeah." So I got my picture with him. Turns out that was Peter Mortimer. He's like a legendary ultra guy. I had no idea. And like, I know what he looks like too, and I wouldn't have even recognized him. So I called him Borat and got a picture with him unknowingly. That's pretty funny. About to finish my third lap. I don't know if you can hear the music up ahead or not, but it's pretty cool. Now we're getting somewhere important. So I'm at 13 and a half hours right now. So sub 24, still within reach, but it's gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to do like 5-hour laps for 4 and 5. But I do feel better. I've been running for the last, I don't know, 10 miles or so, maybe 8 miles. Temperature's great. And hopefully I can just roll this and keep it going. I just got passed by a guy finishing his 5th lap. I'm gonna assume he's the winner. Course record's 13:01. So he finished. He's probably finished right about now. 13 and a half hours. Pretty amazing. But we're out here getting it done. So 83.37 miles in. I'm back on Pemberton on my final lap. And I honestly can't wait to be done with this and never come back to Pemberton ever again. Probably looking at a 25 to a 26 hour finish. I was doing okay. The wheels came off pretty hard in between like miles 70 and 75. I just got like ridiculously tired. There was an aid station at mile 76. I tried eating some food there to see if I'd snap out of it, but I was like falling asleep on the trail while I was trying to move. So I laid down and took a dirt nap on the trail, little trail nap, and I've pretty much been just walking it out since then, because that's honestly all I can do. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Got another mile or so till we hit Coyote Camp, which is the first aid station on this final loop. And I'm just taking it one aid station at a time until we're done. And I cannot wait to be done. This is way harder than I thought it was going to be, and I knew it was going to be hard. But I'll talk more about it in my post-race video. But I just thought I'd give a little update because I hadn't done so in a while. And I'll probably film again once the sun comes up, which should be in about 3 hours, maybe like 3.5. It's 3 in the morning right now, so I will check in with you guys then. You can see the sunrise coming up over the Superstition Mountains and Four Peaks, and it's quite beautiful. Really brilliant shades of red. I'm at mile 92.5, and it's been a struggle. I'm actually looking for a place where I can take another trail nap before we finish this thing. But really pretty sunrise. I'm glad to be through the night section. So just, what, 7.5 to go. And I can take my shoes off and chill. So I took a 10-minute trail nap, woke up, and I've been doing like anywhere from 10 to 9.5 minute miles the last 3 miles. It's so awesome. 95.5 miles into a race, and I'm actually running. Trail naps, the secret weapon. So we'll be at Rattlesnake Ranch shortly, last aid station, and then it's 3.7 to the finish. Thank you, God. Oh, we made it. Thank you.
Way to go.
Thanks, man. You too. Thank you. Thanks. Oh, here we are.
Good job, man.
Thank you. Woo! Oh. So I'm gonna do a little recap video, just kind of what my thoughts are. That race was really, really hard. I feel like a lot of people underestimate Javelina because on paper it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, it's a looped course, 5 20-mile loops. It's relatively flat, pretty runnable, but like that's kind of what makes it hard, is that the whole thing is runnable. You know, it's not like other ultras or hundreds that I've done where there's a lot of big climbs, so you get a lot of like hiking breaks or whatever. This whole course is pretty flat, and you know, the elements play a factor. The temperature swings at night are pretty crazy, and it was a hard day out there. A lot of people were dropping. I haven't looked at the numbers yet on, you know, the percentage of finishers and how many people dropped or anything like that, but I can tell you a lot of people were dropping at all the aid stations. during the day and during the night. It was just a hard day temperature wise. I think the high was 88 and the low was like 50. It felt really cold at night. And that's the thing with desert temperatures is like they always feel like 88 shouldn't be that hot, but 88 in the desert is pretty hot, especially when the whole trail is exposed, like literally no shade, you know, and like 50 shouldn't be that cold, but like I was shivering when I wasn't moving during the night. You know, like you get to an aid station and you know, by the time you're done filling up your water and everything, it's like you're shivering because you're so cold because you're not moving. So that was hard. I mean, I'm happy with my effort. My finishing time was 26 hours and 7 minutes. I thought I might be able to get sub 24, but there's a few reasons why. I think I did go out too hard on the first loop. I ran the first loop in 4 hours flat, and that's actually the longest loop by like almost 3 miles. Loops 2 through 5 are a little bit shorter. And in spite of that, loop 1 was by far my fastest. But like I didn't feel like I was going out hard. Like I felt in control. I felt like I was leaving some energy in the tank, so to speak. But once loop 2 started and the sun came out and it got hot, I just got zapped of all my energy. And it was hard to get that back. I struggled pretty hard at a few points. Like mile 40 was tough. Mile 70 was really tough. And then right before like around mile 90 was another pretty low point. I actually took 2 trail naps in the night. I took 1 trail nap at around mile 75. And my second trail nap, I think I took a video about it. I took it at like mile 95 or 94. Both just 10-minute naps right on the trail. And then like the second one I took, I woke up and I felt like a new man. Like I was doing like 20-minute hiking miles before I took my nap. And then I woke up and it was like, you know, 10:20, 9:30, you know, 10:01, 9:45, like just crazy fast for me anyway, for that late into a race. So that was pretty cool to kind of be able to finish strong after struggling to get through the night a lot. And it was a great event, very well done, well organized, great aid stations. They had real food, which was awesome. They had spaghetti and meatballs, they had sloppy joes, they had pizza from Pizza Hut they actually ordered. They had chili. So a lot of really good food options, which I was really impressed with. But, I mean, having said all that, I kind of realized that looped courses aren't really my thing. I kind of had a feeling that I would feel that way going into the race, but like, to be quite honest, I was over the course by the second loop. And it's a beautiful course, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that it's not pretty out here, because it is. You know, there's a lot of really pretty vistas of the Superstition Mountains, of the Four Peaks, and some various other landmarks out here down in the valley. But like when I run, even whether it be a training run or a race, you know, one of the things I love about it is seeing different things. And you know, after 2 loops, it's like, okay, I've seen this already. Like, what else is there? So it was a mental struggle for sure to get through the looped course. Like I said, I was kind of over it by the second loop. So I don't think I would do this one again. If I do go sub 24, it's not going to be at Javelina. Just I feel like that was a one and done for me. You know, I'm glad that I did it and kind of checked it off. Because it's a classic Arizona race. It's one of the premier races out here. So I'm glad I did it, but I have no desire to do that again. If I'm never on Pemberton ever again in my life, that'll be just fine. Because after 5 loops of the same trails, it's like, come on, give me something different here. But that's my only complaint, you know, and you know, it's not the fault of Aravaipa, it's a looped course. You know, that's how it's designed. I'm just not a fan of looped courses. But trying to think of anything else interesting that happened. I don't know, I'm kind of blanking right now. I'm pretty exhausted. I'm not looking forward to this hour-and-a-half drive home, but we'll get through it, and if I have to pull over and sleep for a little bit, I will. But I'm excited to put this video together. I think I got some cool footage. You know, I was worried that because of it being a looped course and kind of seeing the same scenery, that it wouldn't really be that interesting. But I think it's gonna turn out cool. So I'm excited for that. My next race is actually a Monument Valley Marathon, I believe November 20th, which is in 3 weeks. And there's a good chance I'm not gonna run at all until then. I'm taking at least a week off, probably 2, from anything running related. But heading up to Monument Valley, which I'm really excited about. That's one of my favorite places. Probably second only to Grand Canyon in terms of like awe and wonder. And it's a great place to run for sure. So I'll be filming that one. I have the Black Canyon 100K in February. I have the Antelope Canyon 100 miler in March, and the Bryce Canyon 100 miler in May. So I have those 4 races coming up. So be on the lookout for those. And I guess all that's left to say is thanks for watching, especially if you watch the whole thing all the way through. I appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. Follow me on Strava if you're not already. I'll leave a link to where you can do that. And I guess that's it. So we will see you on the next adventure.